Good morning, yogis, and welcome to our morning stretch routine. So this is great for when you're just waking up, or maybe you're looking for a little more movement in your day. So we'll start lying on our backs and taking your time to make your way down onto your mat. If you happen to have 2 blocks handy, having them ready for our practice today. And we'll begin simply lying down. Maybe the feet come to the outer edges of your mat. And we'll have the palms resting on top of the belly today. And just noticing the breath. Seeing if you can lengthen out your inhale and your exhale. So you might find that breathing into the count of 4 as the chest, the ribs, the belly, and the low belly begin to rise. And then the exhale, the low belly, ribs, and then chest begin to draw back in. So finding this pattern of breath in your body, and that might mean that maybe you breathe a little bit less than the count of 4. Maybe your breath extends past the count of 4, so meeting your body where it is today. And then we'll draw the legs together, so bringing the heels of the feet together. The arms will reach up and overhead, and then point the toes towards the front of your room. Taking a stretch here, take an inhale. And an exhale. And then draw the left knee in towards the chest. You can catch for behind the thigh or the top of the shin, whichever is more accessible today. And then we'll root through the heel, flex your right toes in towards the knee. We'll take an inhale, feeling the belly expand towards your left thigh. And then exhale, maybe the knee draws in just a little bit closer. Taking a moment here to observe maybe where the sensation is coming up through our body today. And if you find that the right heel is lifting away from the mat, you can bring the right sole of the foot down and then bend through the right knee. And then we'll release the left sole of the foot down to the mat. Draw the right knee in towards the chest this time and either catch for behind the shin or the top of the thigh. And then we'll extend the left heel to the top of the mat, rooting through the back of the heel, back of the knee. We're taking that inhale, feeling the belly expand towards our right thigh. And exhale, maybe the knee draws in just a little bit closer. Maybe observing if the sensations on this side feel a little bit different, and it's okay if they do. And then we'll bring the right sole of the foot down onto the mat. Bend through the left knee. Plant the left sole of the foot down onto the mat. Arms can stay beside the body, palms facing down. We're having the palms rest on top of the belly. Heel toe the feet as wide as your mat. And then we'll gently knock the knees from side to side, just getting into the inner and outer thighs. You might notice the sensation come up through the knees or even into the ankles. And you can move as quickly as you'd like, or maybe moving really slow this morning. And then the knees will come back up towards center, heel to the feet all the way together. And then the knees will come in towards the chest. You can catch for behind the thighs to rock along the spine. If the spine is feeling sensitive today, rocking onto your side, we'll meet up in a comfortable cross-legged seat. So taking our time to arrive here. And if we find that the knees are drawn in really close towards the body, we might bring blocks underneath, or even bringing a block underneath our sit bone so we can create some height and allow the hips to open. So taking a moment here, rooting through the sit bone, stacking our pelvis with our ribs, and softening the shoulders away from the ears. Take an inhale to draw the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, draw the shoulder blades together and then down the back. Doing 3 rounds at your own pace. And then we'll relax the shoulders down. Inhale to raise the arms out and up. And on the exhale, planting our right palm down onto the mat, reach up through the left fingertips and then bend over towards your right side. So breathing through the left side of the ribs. And then inhale, coming back up towards center. And then exhaling our left palm down, reaching up through the right fingertips and then bending over towards our left. We're breathing in through our right side of the ribs. And then inhale to come back up towards center. We'll plant the palms down in front of the body, fingers spread wide. We'll come up to stack our wrists with our shoulders and the knees underneath our hips. Taking your time here, rooting through the knuckle pads of the fingers, elbows draw in towards one another, and a very gentle press of the upper body away from the mat. So we're rooting through the palms. You can keep the toes tucked underneath just to alleviate any pressure from the knees, or the tops of the feet can root down onto the mat. On your inhale, tuck the tailbone, belly draws towards the mat as the chin and chest lift. And then exhale to round from the tailbone through the spine. Maybe the shoulder blades draw away, gazing towards the knees. And this could be a really exaggerated movement through the body this morning. Maybe it's just really small movement through the spine. Again, meeting our body where it is today. And then coming to a neutral spine, we're going to step our left foot up between the palms. If you happen to have your blocks, bringing them underneath the palms, maybe on the second height, just to give ourselves a little more space today. You might walk the right knee back just a little bit here. And then drawing the right hip down towards the mat as we draw the left hip back in towards the left hip crease. Finding that stretch through the top line of the right hip. And then slowly we're going to shift our left hip back, left toes point up towards the sky, and we walk the blocks in towards the body. So you might feel this stretch through the back line of the left leg. And then option to play around here with pointing the left toes towards the top of the mat, getting a stretch through the top line of the foot. Then maybe we play around with just pointing and flexing the toes. And if we're looking for a little bit more movement, on our inhales, planting the left sole of the foot down, bending through the knee, walking the blocks forward, open through the chest. And then on the exhales, shifting back, maybe the blocks stay where they are. It's okay to round through the spine a little bit. Maybe we want more support and we walk the blocks in. So just finding the movement that feels really good through the body today. And then we'll plant the left sole of the foot back down, bend through the knees, bring the blocks forward, and then we're just going to simply step the left knee back underneath the hip. And then we'll step our right foot forward. So taking our time to set up here, maybe we walk the left foot back, stacking the ankle and the knee, and then drawing our left hip down towards the mat as our right hip draws in. And then finding that length with our blocks, taking an inhale. And then on the exhale, shifting our right hip back, toes point up towards the sky, feeling that stretch through the back line of the legs, feeling that length. And then maybe we point the toes up towards the top of our mat. And maybe we simply play around with pointing and flexing the toes. And that's what feels good through the body today. And then again, maybe we meet with exploring that motion. Inhale, coming forward, opening through the chest. And exhaling back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we'll come forward, opening through the chest. And then we're sending our right knee back, this time setting the blocks off towards the side so that we can come back down onto hands and knees. And then the big toe mounts will come to touch. The knees will come as wide as it feels comfortable, bringing our sit bones back towards our heels as we walk the palms forward, finding a wide-legged child's pose. And then slowly walking the palms in towards the body. We'll come onto one side of the hips. And then we'll extend the legs out in front of the body. You might happen to have your blocks nearby, and it's okay again if you don't. So we're going to bring the left sole of the foot in towards either the right thigh or the right knee, continuing to point the right toes up towards the sky, and then we'll find some length through our spine. Taking an inhale to reach up, and then the exhale, folding forward. So you might be able to catch for the foot. You might have a generous bend through the right knee this morning, and that's okay. If you have blocks, you can bring them underneath the forearms for some height, some length. Maybe we stay up on our blocks. Maybe we simply allow the backs of the palms to rest on the mat. So we're hinging from the hip as we lengthen the spine forward, feeling the head grow heavy. And just checking in with our breath, and making sure that we're not holding it. Maybe if we notice any tension through the jaw, wiggling it from side to side. And then slowly rising back up. We'll extend the left leg out to meet the right. You might shake out the knees a little bit. And then we'll bring the right sole of the foot right in. Maybe it meets the knee or the thigh. And then inhale, finding that length in the spine, reaching up. And then exhale, folding forward, hinging from the hip, lengthening out the spine. Maybe we catch for the foot. Maybe we find blocks to rest our forearms on. Maybe release the backs of the palms down onto the mat. And then inhale, rising all the way back up. We'll extend the right leg out, planting the soles of the feet down onto the mat, bend through the knees, and we'll come back to rest down on our back. So taking your time to arrive here. And then we'll bring the palms to rest on top of the belly. Bring the feet a little bit wider than the hips and then knock the knees in towards one another. Coming back to our breath and slowing it down. Maybe if there's an intention that you would like to set for the rest of your day, whether it's a word or a phrase, maybe you carry that with you. In your own time, you can make your way up into a seated position or staying as you are if you have a little bit more time in your day. Bringing your hands together at heart center. Thank you so much for joining me for practice this morning. Namaste.